6. Welcome to the Bridging the Generation podcast. I am your host, Malak Arif, and I'm back with another amazing episode. Now, look, before we even get started, please subscribe to Bridging the Generation podcast, YouTube, if you haven't already. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Anchor, wherever you guys get your streaming services. And please like, share, comment, follow us on Bridging the Generation, Instagram, and different social media sites. So I'm gonna give you guys a chance to hit that like button. We need that. It's very important as far as this engagement. So give you guys a second to go ahead and knock that out right now. All right, let's go. Again, I'm Malak Arif. You're now watching Bridging the Generation podcast, and today I have a very, very, very special guest. Now, this brother, my next guest, hails from the city of Alexandria, Virginia. He is the DMV's own. He's been putting it down in the game for a minute now. Originally came on the scene back in 2008, 2009 with the Board of Administration, which featured Wale, Fat Trail, Trey of UCB, and a host of others. Throughout the years, he has released numerous critically acclaimed projects. He's now currently with Currency's Jet Life imprint, and he's fresh off his latest single, Any Other Day. And with all that said, it is an honor to introduce to the Bridging the Generation podcast, the one, the only, Cobain, aka Black Cobain. Let's get it. Brother,
how you doing, bro? What's going on, man?
Hey, man, we ready to. I'm ready to really get it in with this interview, man. This is something I've been wanting to put together for a long time. Let's just say that.
Yes, sir. My man Cece hit me up. He was like, "Man, these my peoples." He was like, "That's my good man." I was like, "Cece, say less. Let's do it."
Man, hey, that's good to hear, man. That's what I do. That's what I do this shit for, man. It's for the coaching, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been following your career for a long time, man. At least 12, 13 years. Before we even get into any of that shit, let's talk about, man, how you been maintaining, man. I gotta ask all my guests, man, how have they been maintaining with this whole pandemic shit, man? I know it's crazy. Folks is out here losing their minds, all these conspiracy theories going on. And we, without going into too detail on some Alex Jones type shit, You know what I'm saying? Let's just talk about, like, how have you been able to focus, man, and continue to bless us with great music, man? Because I'm tapped in, brother. Let's go.
I put a few verses out over the pandemic, and I think they were pretty substantial because they were on Currency's project. And y'all already know, like, how his core fan base is. So that was a blessing just to have two verses on a project so big that reached so many people. But as far as, like, the pandemic, I feel like the pandemic kind of helped me for real, because maybe I was a little too comfortable.
Explain.
When you just be, like, in a groove where you're doing the same things every day, and they seem like that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
And the pandemic kind of came through and shook shit up to let you know, like, like, your little routine can be thrown off all the way, and, like, everything that you throw out to have you be, like, in a substantial place, it could
that makes sense.
Be taken all the way from you. So you be having to, like, step your grind up and really pushing yourself to limits that you didn't even know you would take, because it's like you don't have a choice. So I feel like for what the pandemic did, it was like all odds, like back against the wall. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Let me go fucking put in these hours. Let me go do what I gotta do, stack this money. Let me go. You're gonna try anything because you don't know what the outcome of is gonna be with the pandemic. People losing jobs. They telling you stay in the house. They telling you not to work, and they trying to just make it seem like they're gonna take care of you with this little one check, but that's not really reasonable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with the pandemic, it should have turned everybody hustling to know like you should be only dependent on you and what you could bring. You eat what you kill.
Oh man, I literally just used that term earlier today, man, when I just started thinking about what's about to take place with the whole, the unemployment about to get shut off, and people. Now I know a lot of this doesn't affect you guys, but on a greater scale, things is about to get really rough. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people. For a lot of people. Now, I'm fortunate. I know you fortunate, you know what I'm saying? But when you look at what's going on out here, does it really, do you really look at yourself as being in a very fortunate and blessed situation, man, considering all things?
I think like all the moves that I made and like the relationships that I kept put me in position to even be in a position to not have to worry about things.
Right.
Everybody's not that fortunate, and like it could put you in a scary situation. That's why you see like the uproar of the violence and shit like that. Like shit ain't trickling down the way it's supposed to be trickling down, and then you gotta like just survive. And that's when you put somebody back against the wall where they gotta take care of their family and just survive, you don't know what they gonna do.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So
the hunted, it's either the hunt. They either be the hunted or the hunter.
Exactly, and that's scary to think that we in those kind of times, because it's like if somebody not eating, like they don't have no choice but to rob, steal, kill, do what they got to do to survive. And I feel like America is kind of like creating that. Like I'm a deep thinker. Like I'll be watching movies and shit, and I know these people in Hollywood, they like so far advanced, they got money, they be knowing what the fuck be going on. So like I'll be looking at a movie like Purge, and I'll be like, that's a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
what was the one? What was
I feel like
Bird Box.
Yeah, I feel like they created all this shit.
Yeah. Okay. Nah. That makes a lot of sense, man. It's just refreshing, man, to hear, rappers talking about these things, man, because you look on social media, you look on Instagram, and it look like everybody is out here just having the time of their life. In reality, a lot of people out here hurting, and even the so-called rappers that's out here doing pretty good, like yourself or whatever. You guys still know people that are in dire straight situations.
Yeah. No, I'm not no A-list rapper or nothing like that. Like I've been able to like maintain and be able to like get a second chance with signing with Jet Life and shit like that, but like I'm still like in the grassroots level with everything. You know what I'm saying? Even with starting my own business with Sucker Free and opening the store and like still trying to like find where my position is as a rapper, even though I'm still blessed to have a foot in the game and shit like that. But like, I still feel like I'm down at the grassroots too. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't care how rich you are. Like, if the world shut down and this disease is out here and they telling you to get shots, like everybody is fair game. We all on the same playing field. Because if you get sick and you rich, what the fuck? Yeah, we don't these vaccines. Ain't no cure for this shit. Like we're all just out here trying to like figure it out.
Yeah, they talk about the Delta variant now, man. So it's just like you don't know what's about to happen right now, man.
Don't know what's about to happen, bro. I feel like it's all fair game right now, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I'm gonna switch gears for a second, man, because again, your story, man, is very interesting, man. To my knowledge, man, you're one of the first rappers, man, to ever come out of the Alexandria area, and I want to talk about that, man. To my knowledge, man, everything started 500 Payne Street, Alexandria, Virginia, man. So let's go back to that time, man. Just what was your introduction to hip hop, man? What got you wanted to be a participant in this genre?
my introduction to hip hop for real was I was the only child for a long time, and like my family and my brothers came from being in my neighborhood and shit like that. I wasn't really into school like that. I was always a writer, and I was a huge fan of Biggie. Like that was like my favorite rapper, and I was like huge on the Hot Boys, No Limit. Like I used to just breathe rap music. Like I just found myself just like gravitating to it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that I really wanted to be a rapper. I just like seeing the rapper on the cover, reading the book. You know how you used to get the book and open it up, see who produced this, and all the pictures.
Yeah.
That.
Oh hell yeah, the credits.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a mystique. It was a mystique back in the day. Like them niggas will put out an album and you won't even see them niggas for like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, these niggas really superheroes.
So there was no social media. You couldn't just DM and shit.
You couldn't do shit like that, bro. So like I was really into that. It's like, damn, how do I become that? You know what I'm saying? And you know, just going to school and shit like that, I was never focused on school. I used to always be writing raps, bro. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about, but I was in it writing. Like I was just talking to my mom the other day. Like she said she found my notebooks. I'm talking about I had what's them ones called? 5-star? The 5-star notebooks? Yeah.
I know Trapper Keys, man. Yeah. Oh, okay. I go to 5-star, the Trapper Keys.
The just be full of raps, bro. Like raps. I'm failing school and everything, but them raps is in there. Yeah. I always was like just interested in being a rapper. Like I was interested in the art. I was interested in the books. Like where these guys from. It was like they felt like superheroes for somebody in like the urban community. You know what I'm saying? So like my love for rap came super early. I'm talking about like elementary school.
Would you consider yourself like, you know, kind of like a historian? Because most people, man, you know the way that you're talking about, you know, the art form, man. You know, a lot of people don't delve into it like that. As far as like, you know, going into the credits and looking at the engineers and the producers, and like that's a whole nother era right there. If you ask a lot of young artists today, and even artists, you know, that may be our age, man, there's a lot of guys, man, that are in the genre, but they don't go that deep into it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so you know, would you consider yourself like somewhat of a historian when it comes to art form?
I think I am, because like I don't have no ceiling when it comes to music. Right. Like I enjoy all music. So like I can listen to down south music. I love like the Jay-Z's of the world, Nas's. I love real rap. Like I love jazz music. I love alternative music. I love reggae.
No doubt.
I love like I'm really like a fan of music. You know what I mean? It don't even have to have words. Like if the music's good, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm a fan of this music.
Okay.
Live bands, live instrumentation, making beats, composing. Like I love music.
No doubt. So let's talk about, you know, like Alexandria, you know, the late 80s, early 90s, man. You know, because I remember I was in high school. I graduated from high school in Virginia, my senior year of high school. And I remember going to like, you know, the multiplex, and you know what I'm saying? I remember going
down on Richmond Highway.
Yeah, Richmond Highway, Seven Woods, and
yes,
you know what I'm saying, New Pride. Like, so I'm definitely I graduated from Garfield. Garfield, yeah, and that's in Prince William County.
Man, you was in Garfield early, because like I wasn't a big Woodbridge, Dale City guy, but like when I got older, like kind of going into college, I met a lot of good dudes who went to Garfield and Hilton and shit like that. And it felt foreign because
I know it is crazy. It ain't like it's that far.
It ain't that far.
Because you went to TC.
Yeah, I went to TC and West Potomac.
Okay.
I graduated from West Potomac because I got in trouble at TC, and I got kicked out. Well, they were trying to expel me in 11th grade, and my pops was like, "Don't even wait for that. Just
go ahead and dip out."
Yeah. So like, like going to Dell City and stuff, like I swear to God, it'd be so crazy, like how confined you be to your neighborhoods, like when you growing up poor and in these urban markets and your parents got to work. It's really a different. We really grow up different, bro, because we don't really get to see much. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so crazy that I didn't know about Garfield and Hilton till like after high school and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
In high school.
Shit, I like I said, I moved in my senior year of high school. I never even heard of it. I went to school I grew up in DC. So to me, it was a culture shock.
And you ain't hear about a high school that was only like 15, 20 miles away. That's insane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like, for me, like in my high school years and the things that I enjoyed about high school was just, you know, being able to go to a different school. Because I grew up in Alexandria. I'm from like around New Projects area. I grew up in the Jefferson Village area.
Okay. And now, are those the ones that was torn down?
Going that like you got the Bird, that's close to the water.
Okay.
And then you got New Projects and Uptown, that's close to like if you come in like from Jefferson Davis and you see them projects on the side by the McDonald's and all.
By the McDonald's and the car wash.
Yeah, that's like Uptown New Projects. And then there's another project that's like like close to Old Town a little bit. I'm from that side.
Okay.
It's like hella projects in Virginia, like.
But all that shit gone though. It seemed like man, they done gentrified the hell out of that area.
They knocked a lot of them down, but there's a lot of like people over there. You know, when they put up those new buildings, they gotta like put like 10% of the people back in, shit like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Alexandria was cool. My parents and my family, they from DC and Maryland. My dad is from Southeast. My grandma is from Southeast. Their main objective was for me not to grow up in Southeast.
No doubt.
So that's why we went to VA.
Same here. That's why I moved out to VA pretty much.
So
get away.
Get away from Southeast.
My dad was Northeast, but yeah, same thing. He had to get out the city.
Yeah. Get out the city. I'm thankful for it now, looking back at it, and like I wouldn't have it no other way.
Yeah, nah, that's a fact. I try to tell people all the time. Like I remember people say, "Oh, that's Virginia. Oh, that's PG County." I'm like, man, it's the same shit. It's all the same. Cause we all got the same culture. It's the same culture. The only thing separate us is, goddamn, is a river going towards Virginia, and damn, East Capitol. I mean, what's it called? Southern Avenue. Yeah, that's the only thing that really separates us, man. It's the same culture.
Right. It's everything. The way we talk, the way we dress, the music we listen to, everything. I don't care if you DC, Maryland, VA.
Yeah.
You're engulfed in this culture. There's no way.
And the culture of this area is how I started listening to you, because when I went to college in North Carolina, came back and I started hearing rap that sounded like how I thought. And it was like,
we didn't have that at first.
It sounds familiar to me. I know what he's talking about, or the slang, the places he's talking about, and it feels familiar. It's the culture of the DMV now. It wasn't called that.
Yeah. Right. I like the DMV. I don't have no problem with the DMV. I like it.
I embrace it now, but when I first went to college, that wasn't. They just called it the area.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, they would say, "Are you from the area?" And that was
or you from home?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you from back home? Oh, okay,
yeah.
Like everybody ain't from home. Like if you say that to them, you from home.
So let's fast forward a little bit, man. I know you end up, so here you are, like you said, man. You grew up listening to Biggie. You know what I'm saying? I take it. You know a lot of history when it comes to the culture. When did you realize, like, man, I'm fucking nice. Like, I really do this shit. This is something that I could make a living off of.
When we did when me and Wale recorded 4 a.m.
Woo! So you jumping against. I was gonna get to, cause that's one of my favorite Black Cobain tracks of all time. But shit, since we there, let's go.
I felt like that's when I was like, okay, like I could really do this, because I never got like that many people who excited about the verse. You know what I'm saying?
Now that Now project, man, I like that Now project that came out before Young Gifted and Black, man. That shit was tough, man.
Yeah, that will. All right, now. All right, so for me,
And Wale was on that joint too. It has you had some dope features and shit
he
on
was
that
on
joint.
Busy Now. All right,
He was on Busy Now. Yep.
Let me tell you.
With Trey and all them. Yeah.
My first mixtape was called Now or Never. Right.
Okay.
That was like the introduction. And me and my friends used to like throw parties and be outside, and like everything we used to do, I used to just document it. You know what I'm saying? And that hyped my friends up. But I was rapping before that, and my friends never got hyped about my raps. You know?
Now, did you have the style that you had? Because one thing about you have a very distinctive style. Like when I hear Black Cobain, I hear his voice. That's Black Cobain. I know your voice. I know your flow and delivery is very distinctive. So did you have that back then?
I didn't.
I heard in your music that you wanted to sound like Kanye. Is that true?
Wow, that's crazy. Because you know why everybody used to say I sound like Wale, I sound like Wale, but I never tried to sound like Wale. Ever.
I never hear that. I didn't hear.
Ever.
I don't hear that.
Never wanted to sound like him.
Y'all sound nothing alike.
Like him. I never wanted to do anything like Wale. Right. I was the biggest Kanye fan.
Yeah,
and when people used to say, like, "Oh, you sound like Wale," I used to just be like, "How?" Like, I'm trying to sound like Kanye.
You was purposely trying to sound like Kanye.
They just heard the accent. That's all they heard.
That's all that was. And a lot of the times, like I'm not even exaggerating shit. Like, I used to hang, me and my friends used to hang together before we hung with Wale, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So, like, I was around, like, LeGreg and them, and we used to be cracking jokes. We used to have this lingo. We used to have all this shit, and it used to be natural to us. So, like, when we started to hang around Wale, everybody just used to be saying the same slang. Everybody used to be talking the same thing. Everybody used to be doing, you know what I mean? Because we used to be together every day. Yeah. So, like, that's probably what they heard more than me trying to sound like Wale, because I can wholeheartedly tell you guys that I never wanted to sound like him.
I don't know. I used to hear people say that, and it used to puzzle me because I don't hear it at all. But
yeah,
I don't know.
So like,
so go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now I wanted you just mentioned the brother LeGreg, and yeah. You know, my introduction to you, of course, man, was through Board of Administration, man. So talk about that relation between, you know, Muhammad, LeGreg, and how did that whole thing come together? How did you guys start that whole thing?
Me and Greg went to school together, and we used to be together every day in school.
Now you went to Virginia State, right?
Yeah, I went to Virginia State.
Okay.
And we used to hang together every day, and we used to have so much shit we used to be trying to do. We used to be trying to do a clothing line. We used to be trying to do fashion shows. Like, we just wanted to be in the mix.
Oh, so you was a part of that shit too. You was part of the early stages of it. Like,
I'm telling you, bro. Like, it's so much shit. Like, me and G used to be into the fashion. Like, before, like, it was even a thing. We was trying to do our own clothing line. We didn't know what the fuck we was doing. And then he went on and went to New York and he used to work with Apple Bottoms and all this shit. And I was doing music. I used to be with my guys in New York, and G used to work in New York. So he used to come to the studios with us and shit in New York. And he used to always be like, bro, you're nice. He was like, I don't know what them other niggas doing. He was like, but you could do something. And I used to be like, nah, I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the group. And I was just like, nah, we doing this shit together. And then he just kept telling me that shit, kept telling me. And then when we both kind of like graduated and was figuring out what we was trying to do, like, we used to hang together every day. Him and Wale, this was after like attention deficit didn't do well. Wale came home and he got with Greg, Trey from UCB, and Mo. Mo is like this big fashion guy who's like got style. He's like the golden child hustler, uptown DC.
Oh no, we stayed on me and him stayed on the same block. I'm a little older than him, but he moved around the block on Fairmont when I was ready to move out.
There, uptown, Fairmont. Then you got Trey, UCB, singer, like golden child. Then you got Greg, this creative fucking mind, and then they was together. Like when Wale came home, like he didn't really have to do nothing. It was just like, bro, just make music. We'll handle the rest. And like, you got More About Nothing. You got fucking Ambition. You got that.
Young, Gifted, and Black.
You got Black. You got Trail. You got Tierra Thomas.
Yeah.
That's what you got from those times. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Y'all had, man. That was a hell of a lineup, man.
And we were so young, and like the business went right, and everybody's going through so much, and it's just like it just didn't work out. I don't know what for. I don't know what the reason was, but everything didn't work out. But it all happened so fast. That's all right.
If you can change, I don't want to say change one thing, but if you can go back, what is one of the lessons that you learned from that situation? Because again, man, outside looking in, it to me, it looked like a very promising situation, man. Because again, I felt like that project that you put out, man, that Young, Gifted, and Black project, the Cheers project, to me, those are mixtape classics. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Like you got some bangers on it, and Fat Trail, a lot of the music. So what I want to say is, man, what were some of the things that you learned from that, just that whole experience, man?
Control your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like really like enjoying the moments. Like when you doing that, going on tour, like all this shit happening so fast, bro, you don't even really know what's going on. Yeah. Like all that shit happened so fast, bro. Like I just started getting fans so fast. I was on the Ambition tour so fast. Like I went on tour with Meek so fast. Everything happened so fast, bro. And like I'm trying to learn like what's going on, and then I'm trying to like be cordial with everybody. Like I'm not like really enjoying it and realizing like what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It started to become the business.
Down, like I wouldn't worry so much. I'm a worry. I used to worry like what's next? What we gonna do? Like what's going on? Why are everybody doing this? Why niggas ain't doing this? Or you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. Like I would just let go and just enjoyed it more. You know what I'm saying? I was always working and thinking about what's next. Or why this nigga mad? Or why we ain't doing this? Or why we ain't doing that? Or nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I would have just enjoyed it more and really like been all the way in the moment. That shit happened so fast, bro.
I know it seemed like it was like another lifetime ago, especially compared to what you got going on now. But you know, like I said, man, I remember it like it was yesterday. And one of those highlights of that moment is the aforementioned song that you just brought up, man. I gotta talk about it, man. That 4 a.m., man. Like to me, that was the one, in my opinion. I thought this was the one that was supposed to take you out of here, man. You got the Rick Ross cameo, you know what I'm saying? Stally in the video. Wale spit one of his nicest verses ever. You got busy. Well, I mean, the whole.
Will put that verse up against anything.
Man, what? The what's the Detroit Lions or the what's my man? The Dominic Sue line. I love it. Yeah, man. Line. I love that line right there, man. You got busy in that shit, man. The whole visuals, Ross, the MMG affiliation, man. So just talk about that, man. How did that particular song come together? And you know, what's your relationship like with Wale and you know even with Ross now, to this day?
Ross acknowledges who I am. He talked to Spitter. Him and Spitter are real close.
So I seen him on IG.
He'll tell Spitter all the time, like, man, you got one with Cobain. You know what I'm saying? And around that time when we made 4 a.m., I remember we was in Philadelphia, and it was like we started working on the song at like 2:50. And we wasn't finished until like 4:30. That's why we called it like 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Okay, I was about to ask. Yeah.
I remember it was DJ 59, DJ Omega, Tone P, me, Wale, Greg. It was like 2:50 in the morning. They was in there scratching, like pulling Wale quotes, like that's how you hear the scratching and shit.
Yeah.
Omega did. Wale.
The legendary DJ Omega.
DJ Omega from Philly. 59 took little pieces from me and scratched mine. And I remember writing my verse. It took me like 20 minutes.
Damn.
And this is the thing. this is the thing about me. It don't take me no time to write no verse. Like I'm gonna say how I feel, it's gonna come out, and if I'm rolling, it's just gonna come out. It's just gonna come out. And I remember I did my verse, and I was done in 20 minutes. And Wale took like 2 hours to finish this verse. And I'm in that joint so impatient because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this nigga, but like when his verse came out, I was like, all right, I get it.
Now you see what, but your verse on that thing is crazy.
Yeah,
your verse on that thing is, I get it. I can understand why it took so long though, but go ahead.
Wale used to take a lot of time, a long time for all his verses. Like I didn't overthink like that. Like he was an overthink. I ain't overthink like that. Like whatever came out, I was gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? Right. I felt. And me and G used to talk about it. Like, why the fuck is he taking so long to like write his verses? Cause I used to be like, bro, like how he supposed to be better than me, but he taking all day. You know what I'm saying? But he like, man, you know, like he used to tell me like your shit is like how you feel right now, and while he's trying to find metaphors and shit. Like like how
that sound like Wale.
Yeah, like how I felt, it's coming to right out. Like I'm not changing.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like you guys don't rap alike at all. Y'all don't sound like. I don't know why people. It's like people, they hear something and then they just latch on to it because other people start saying it. But if you what Jay-Z say, do you actually listen to music or skim through it? If you actually listening to how you rhyme and how he rhyme,
it's so different.
It's night and day.
My mind don't even rap like how he rap. The shit he say, I'm not even going that into it like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, my man told me, he was like, bro, he was like, you not thinking about your shit. He was like, that don't mean like your shit's less hot. He was like, you saying your shit with conviction. Like you mean what you say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, not saying he might not mean it, but it's just like he's overthinking. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just remember like it took him a long time to do his verse.
Okay.
I was sitting there, and I was so anxious because I was done. I was like, this song sound tight, but then like when he was done, like it was dope. And I remember when we shot the video, we was in New York and it was hella random. Yeah. It was random as fuck. Like we didn't be like, we gonna plan this. We pulled up. Ross was in the studio with Khaled.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how did y'all get? Because this was around the time that Wale got signed to MMG.
When he first got signed to MMG.
Yeah.
Like Ross used to always be like, wherever you at, pull up. So like we just went to the studio and he was like, Wale was like, yeah, we shooting a video. He was like, come on, man, shoot it. And he was willing to stand up, be in a video. Khaled was in the video. Like that shit, it was all organic, bro.
That's a classic, man. That always, you know, I always, you know, one of the questions I always wanted to ask you, I said, man, if I ever got a chance to meet Cobain, you know, meet Busy in person, I always wanted to ask, man, like, did Ross ever ask you, you know, would you like to be part of MM? Because, you know, he ended up signing Wale and then Trail came, so.
Nah, he did for sure. We just didn't think it was a good idea at the time because everybody was sounding like Wale, but Ross tried to sign me 2016.
Okay.
2016. He wanted to sign me to MMG, and we just didn't feel like it was the right move to make.
Right. Okay. And I respect that.
And Trail signed with MMG because he loved Ross. Right. Like that was his favorite rapper. It was
that nightmare on E Street.
Yeah.
I remember. Hey, D'Angelo, you remember that? Trail Nightmare on E Street.
What? Come on.
That's a classic, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Fat Trail. Huh?
DJ Money hosted that tape.
Yeah, that's a classic, man. That's a classic. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I would have loved to see that, man. But one thing I always follows your career because I'm the type of person, man. When I'm a fan of an artist, I don't care what transition he go through. If they continue to give me, you know, great vibes and good music, I'm going to support them. So as you know, through the years, man, I know in 2013 you released Perfect Contradiction. You did No Buzz with DJ Scream. You did the first whole time in 2017, and then boom, 2 years later, man, you do the whole time volume 2, and you sign with Jet Life. So let's talk about that, man. How did that whole thing come about? How did you end up linking with Spitter, man? Because I would have never saw that one coming.
I just think not giving up. I was in LA. Like I didn't go out LA with none of my friends and Greg and Wale and none of them. I was out there by myself and my woman. And just not giving up, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
Like I had already been on tour with all these guys. I had met Spitter a long time ago. We used to be in Rose House, like just chopping it up. And like a lot of the people that I used to see in LA who was like in the game, like I already knew that. Like I got Pusha number. I can hit Pusha for advice. I had new Currency. We just reconnected. I used to be hella cool with Chinks Drugs. I used to have his number.
Rest in peace, Chinks,
solid people in the industry who just used to see me and was like, bro, young, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I think All Star was in LA. And I was just outside, bro. Just pulling up on shit. I had dropped my first whole time volume 1 by myself. And just did that on my own because I still love to do music.
Right.
And when I went to this Jet Life event they was having at a coffee shop, me and Spitter just chopped it up because we ain't seen each other in a long time. Okay. And he was like, boy, what you doing over here? He was just excited. He was like, what the fuck? He was like, He was like, nah, we gotta work. And then turning into work turned into like, bro, you gotta fuck with me. and then like 5 months later, like that was it.
Yeah, the rest is it. Yeah, I never saw that one coming, man. When I saw you guys linking up, I was like, man, I'm psyched, man. This is a hell of a good look for Cole Busy, man. Because I felt like that this is the perfect home. You know what you do. I think it just meshed so well with what Spitter does over there, man. Can you talk about that a little bit? How was it working with Currency, Fendi P, all them guys over there, TY?
I think me going through my first like stint and seeing how this game go and leaving your emotions out of shit helped me prepare me to be in the position I am.
Right.
Because like when shit wasn't going my way, I used to like get irritated and like voice my opinion on shit. But it's just like who cares? Niggas don't care if it ain't going your way. So like,
that's a fact.
Don't show them niggas like you upset about it. Like figure out a way around that shit. And I think I'm at the point now where it's just like I'm able to be a student and observe and watch how they getting it. You know what I'm saying? I see how many venues, I see how many businesses, I see how like they get up every day and bleed that shit.
Right.
It don't matter what they doing from fashion standpoint, music standpoint, video standpoint. It's just like they are getting that shit out the mud. And they ain't leave they city, bro. I love that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know how many big
you're right, man. You're right. And think about Spitter.
From New Orleans.
And it's amazing because when you think about it, it's like Spitter. You don't hear this dude his songs on the radio, but he's a millionaire.
It don't rappers.
Exactly, and this is what me and D'Angelo was just having this conversation. I don't know if she remember when we was talking. I was just telling her like the thing I love, and I want to hear your take on it as well. One of the things I love about music today, about hip hop today, and why I personally feel like we are in a golden era. We had artists like yourself, artists like Spitter, artists like so many great independent artists, man, that's able to carve out their own lanes and make music and be able to reach the masses and reach their demographic or fan bases without gatekeepers. So talk about that, man. What do you think about that? How do you feel about the music game today, 2021?
Bro, I think it's amazing, bro. I think it is amazing to have all these artists be in control of their own destiny. Not needing a label. Not needing all these people, you know, eventually taking money out of your pot for shit that you create, like out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
before you even get it,
they gonna come and boost you up, put some money behind you, make you be seen, but like nobody's helping you create that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just be you in the studio writing, doing what you gotta do to like see a vision come through. And I be looking at those guys, bro, and I really be respecting it because I know they're getting it out the mud. They're doing everything themselves every day. I be going down New Orleans. I see them get up 7 in the morning. They're shipping orders out. They're getting new shit in. They're shooting their own videos. They're in their own studio. Like everything is self-made, bro. And it's just like, wow, that shit be motivating me, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit that I used to like get upset about back in the day, like shit that I thought people were supposed to do for me. It's like, no, I'm gonna do all this shit for myself. I'm using y'all as a guide because I see the work that it takes to put in for you to even get where you guys are at.
No doubt.
So I'm not gonna question the work that I have to put in to get where I gotta go.
Nah, man, I mean,
you gotta work.
I love the trajectory that you on right now. I mean, I see it, man. You know, even with the Sucker Free imprint, man. Talk about that a little bit, man, because when I see you on IG or Twitter, and you know, the shit look official to me, man. So
oh man,
I say that. I say that to say this. Do you feel like as an artist, as an independent artist, like you have to have merch, you gotta have product now? You just can't, like, music alone is not just going to be able to sustain an artist in 2021,
not, bro. Because going back to what you were saying, like how you don't need a label, but you gotta do the work,
right?
And when BOA broke up, that shit hurt me because like I ain't know nothing but BOA, but it wasn't mine. You know what I'm saying? So like when that joint broke up, it was nothing else to rap. It was like I'm just Black Cobain out here. And it's like you now like people knew BOA, Wale, Black Cobain. Like it wasn't they ain't just know Black Cobain.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I got introduced to you through BOA. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly. So it was like so as soon as that shit was over, and like I was like, damn, am I gonna stay home? I didn't want to stay home because I felt like I reached my ceiling here. I really didn't,
right?
But I felt like that at the time because like the way I got on, it was like I didn't have to be here. I was on the road. I was doing this. I was doing that. So like to bring it all back, I was like, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
You was on the road, you know what I'm saying? You really didn't have to come home. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could have just, like you was talking about how you moved away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what I'm saying, like that helped me become like not dependent on the shit. Right. I didn't have to go home, but like I felt I reached my ceiling. So when I went to LA and I had to like imagine like feeling like you're huge here. You really not that huge, but like. At that time, Twitter was like fairly new, and it was like, damn, like we BOA, like I go outside, niggas know me, I go to the club. When you get to LA, it's like fucking being in junior high school and then going back to high school. I mean, it's like when you're in junior high school and you in 8th grade,
you starting all over again.
Yeah. So when I went to LA, it's like I was a freshman. I was like, I'm not shit. So I felt like that helped me like elevate myself and not being dependent. Like, cause I used to be dependent. Like BOA was set up for people to win. You know what I'm saying? Wale is the biggest rapper here. Then you got all these influential ass people. Then you got me, TT. Like it was set up, so it was easy when everything clicking. But then when that shit broke up, it was like, oh, I don't have shit to stand on. And then
that was a weird situation, man. That was just, not to go back to that, but I can't really find any interviews or read any print of what actually happened with that whole, because I just thought, I don't get it. To this day, I don't understand.
I think it's somebody did. I had an interview with somebody's doing a documentary about the music scene in the DMV.
Because I'm supposed to be interviewing. I'm supposed to be interviewing Greg, and Muhammad in a couple in like a month.
I think it's Do you know Six?
But say it again.
Do you know Six?
No.
What the fuck is they brand? They like a video. They do videos and shit like that. But they're doing a big like DMV music joint.
Oh, I do. I know what you're talking about. I seen the highlights. The promos. I seen it. Okay. They had Wale. They had they got go-go bands and all that shit. UCB. I seen that shit. Everybody. DC Scorpio.
They started in like the 80s and going to
that's what I'm saying. DC Scorpio. I seen that I seen like the promo like maybe about 2 months ago.
Okay, so I did an interview for them and we were talking about those things.
Okay.
We were talking about those things like what happened and shit like that. People want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Keep it short. It was money.
You guys were young too, man.
We was young, and it was it was about money.
Yeah.
The bottom line, money. It was a lot of more other shit, but the bottom line, money.
I mean, because I'm thinking like, I'm thinking, because Wale the star, what I'm saying? Like that was the word. That was like the word that I was getting back. Like Wale, everybody was saying like Wale is the one who broke it up. That's what everybody in the city is saying that.
No. I can't.
I said, man, I'd rather ask you, man. To be honest, I kind of feel uncomfortable even talking about this type of situations, man.
It's fine because we don't gotta go in detail on every little small thing. But the bottom line was money and like where artists are gonna go because people wanted to sign individual people. Right. So it was money. Where this artist gonna go? Who's gonna get this? It was all that shit that we wanted to prepare for as a team.
Right. Well, it seemed like, man, out of all the guys that came out of that situation, man, I'm gonna be honest, you and Wale and I say Tierra because she does a lot of writing. I seem like you guys really landed, on your feet, man, out of that whole situation.
I would say everyone landed on their feet because if you look around, like everybody has emotion.
Right.
Greg and
I wasn't even counting Greg and I wasn't like Greg and Muhammad. I wasn't counting them.
Okay. Well, I counting them just because like it was us.
Right.
It was G.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Me. Wale. Trail. Like it was like a group of 10 people who like who really got BOA to where it was at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like if you look around, like everybody got emotion, and that's how you know like all strong-willed and minded people.
Right.
Cause Greg and Mo and them got music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got Sucker Free. TT is over there with her and winning fucking Grammys.
How about TT just
Wale is
that
still
dude.
An elite rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you know. Like if we would have stayed together, wow.
Man, y'all need to have a reunion, man. Y'all ever thought about like having like a board of administration reunion? Y'all, like,
man, the only person I think that who can make that happen is not Reek. Reek could probably make that happen, but I always feel like we should have one. And I got the 6 a.m. record done, and I've been trying to get Wale on that.
Oh shit, you got a 6 a.m. Hold up, 'cause I know 5 a.m. is on that. Cheers.
Yeah, I recorded 6 a.m. in LA maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And this guy named Fade, who's a real good producer, he works with Brent Fayez.
Okay. I just met him about a month ago in Annapolis.
Yeah, he works with Brent. Good. And when I tell you this beat is amazing, the song is amazing. I recorded it 3 years ago and it still sounds amazing.
Damn, are you when do you think about dropping that as a single, or you think about putting that on a project?
I only want Wale on it.
Because he's on 4 a.m., he's on 5 a.m.
I feel like it wouldn't make sense to get anybody else on it.
I feel you.
Him or Pusha?
Oh, Pusha. Yeah.
That's gonna be the trilogy. And the record sounds so timeless, and like you know how like real rap is kind of coming back, and you got people like Benny and
Griselda,
Gun, and like all these like dope rappers. Like I feel like the 6 a.m. record, it never gets old. I listen to it like every other week, and like it still sounds like I can put it out tomorrow. So it's no rush, but like Wale has that on his email.
Okay. So you and Wale, guys, you know, for the record, you guys are still good.
We're good. We just don't talk every day. And I know like life goes on. He has a daughter. He has all these things, but we've been reconciled our differences. Right. But we don't speak every day. Okay. Yeah, but it's no bad blood.
Okay. Well, that's good, man. I'm hopefully, man, you guys be able to connect, man, and put that together, man, because 4 a.m. is a classic, 5 a.m. is a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I would love that, bro.
Y'all got some classic joint. One Not Kitten, that's my shit right there, man. You fast on Yeah, man. Y'all got some shit. So look. Let me. I wanna switch gears again, man. I want to talk about some music shit, man. And I don't want to hold you too long, but I have to get into this. So I want to, like, in the industry where today it seems like people are doing anything for like attention. Like, how do you appeal to like the clout chasers or the fans of the without losing your artistic integrity or your integrity as a man? How do you go about doing that?
It's tough, but I just feel like I come from that era where it's just like you gonna get your respect for being who you are. So I don't really be like chasing that shit because it is hard to get attention when a rapper or fucking just throwing it out there. Not saying that he would do it. A rapper or just fucking just get naked on Instagram. It's just like, oh, he got
man. Listen, a lot of weirdo shit going on. It's a lot of weirdo shit going on.
So it's just like, bro, I don't even want to even get into that game. Like, I don't care. I don't want clout. I don't want attention if it's unwarranted. Like, I want attention from niggas who relate to me. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when you come from a certain era and you really true to it, you don't really get involved in that shit. Right. Like, cause I feel like niggas like our age, we on the cusp of knowing what it was like before social media, and we know what social media is like. So we got to.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can teeter the line and like, you know, play around with, you know, trying to get some views and then still keeping it organic.
I'm with you, brother. Like I said, I see what you're doing.
You're never gonna see me like reaching, bro. I'm not.
That's like I said. That's one of the reasons why I have you on the platform. Why it's an honor to have you on here, because you're one of those brothers, man, that never compromise. You know, whether the lights was on, whether the lights was off. You know what I'm saying? You stayed. You know, you stayed the course, man. And brothers like you, man, you gotta respect that. You gotta respect that, man. And where does that come from? You know, now that I bring that up, like, where does that come from?
I think that comes from just my dad, bro. Honestly, like my dad ain't no big talker, bro. He just do. You know what I'm saying? And he's just been a worker. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he's been a worker for like his family, and just making sure that you don't fall on your face, bro. Like, doing what you got to do to make sure that you can sustain. I be telling people a lot, like, it's hard to maintain. Like, if you can maintain in this life, that is like huge, because if you can maintain, that means you can like possibly go to the next level. A lot of motherfuckers can't maintain. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you're right. So that's real shit.
You can't maintain like just paying yourself like the simple shit. You have to maintain first. If you can't maintain, then you're just gonna be going down, bro. You're gonna be going down. So like, I always watch my pops maintain, but I never watched him take it to the next level. For what reason, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I feel like we are in a position to take it to the next level, because our generation ain't going I love my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But me, my dad worked for the grocery store, and he's been working there for 30 years. He's gonna retire.
Right.
We're not going for that.
Yeah. Hey, I respect it. Yeah.
And it's a new day. We're not gonna fucking work a job we don't love just because we need to take care of our family. We're gonna take a chance. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you don't want to think back. You don't want to think back like what woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I went to school. I graduated college.
You was a teacher.
I got a great job outside of college. I was making $42,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? And I did that shit for 3 years. And I went on tour with Wale my next year. But like I was talking to this older
and that was all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. But like I was talking to this older lady at my job, and I was scared to quit because like everybody always told me like you gotta have a job, you gotta
401k,
you gotta do this. And I was talking to this older lady who worked at the Boys and Girls Club, and she was like damn near 50. And I was like, Miss Naomi, what do you think I should do? She was like, well, baby. She was like, if you stay here forever, you never know if you will make it.
That's what I just said. It shoulda, woulda, coulda. You don't want to be, thinking back what could have been.
And she was like, well, I'm 60, and it was a lot of stuff I wanted to do. And like, she gave me that reassurance, bro. And I put my 2 weeks in, like after I talked to her. And I ain't looked back since. And it ain't been pretty, bro. It hasn't been pretty at all.
Right. But you still here. You still here. But the thing, you still here. And go ahead.
I feel like I'm coming into like what's meant for me.
No doubt. Nah, I feel you. And that's one of the things I respect about artists like yourself, and that I respect about independent artists, man. Because I think today, you have artists that can actually be themselves, man. Like no one tells you what to do. Mm-hmm. Even though you are a part of Jet Life, you got your own imprint. You call the shots. Mm-hmm. You decide what type of video you want to make. You decide what type of music you want to make, and you have a core fan base with people like myself. That's going, as long as Cobain do what we know and love, man, you good in our book, man. We gonna run the screens up. We gonna buy the merch. We gonna get the vinyls, all that shit.
And that's the only thing I'm trying to build, bro. It's just like adding on to my fan base, getting some of the younger guys to come in. Like I like working with the younger guys. With Sucker Free in my city, a lot of the like high school kids and junior high school kids are wearing our clothes, and they feel like. And then we got a lot of them like interning and working at the store. So like it's starting young, and like they already feel like this is their premier brand. Like I remember I used to wear Madness. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to Madness and get
Georgia Avenue
$300 for like socks and shit.
I used to drive all the way from. When I moved out VA, I was still coming all the way from Dale City to go to damn Georgia Avenue to get a Madness sweatsuit, bucket hat.
And when I look back at when I look back at the prices I was paying,
ridiculous, man. Especially when you're working at Boston Market. I'm 17 years old and working at Boston Market, probably making about $300 a week.
Listen, my button ups used to cost $75. Like for a Madness button up, y'all niggas are crazy. They used to be cracking, bro. But like,
man.
It wasn't nothing like it, bro.
But it's crazy because I talked to Eddie Van Nant. I was, I can call him, hit him up whenever. I was just at the store in Waldorf, man. And it's just a full circle, man, to see the guys, that you looked up to, and now you can be able to, talk to these brothers like your peers. And I bring that up. Now that you've been in the game 10, 11, 12 plus years, man, how does it feel, man, to be mentioned with, some of the greats that ever came out of this area, for guys that you looked up to? Now they looking at you as a peer. They looking up as you as one of the icons that came not just from out of Virginia, but from the DMV area, man. How does it feel?
Nah, it's dope because like I felt like I came in at a good era where like people took rap seriously, because our culture is go-go based. And around the 2010 era and shit like that, when we had the open mics on U Street and shit like that,
Right.
like if you didn't do that shit and like put yourself out there and be vulnerable, you wouldn't be mentioning this type of history.
No, that's a fact. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was vulnerable, bro. I used to go on U Street and perform in front of 15 people. You know what I'm saying? Like
the Kingpin Slams, Uptown XO, and all them.
And I feel like for my area, that's why I got the little bit of status or the status that I do have, is because I wasn't scared to do that shit, bro. Like I was all up and down U Street, passing out my mixtapes. Niggas seen me outside, fucking passing out my mixtapes, all in DC and VA, rapping this shit, bro. So like, do I feel like I should be further? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm grateful for the people who stuck with me and seen me through this shit. Like I wouldn't change it, bro.
Right.
And
we know you out here,
like,
bro.
I still feel like I got a ceiling to go because, like,
oh man,
everybody, like, niggas don't get to, like, Jet Life is a huge entity, bro. And I'm super
cult following, man.
I'm super supportive and appreciative of them because, like, anytime I drop a verse or put out a project under their imprint, it's like it boosts my status. You know what I'm saying? And like that shit is a blessing. And for the fact that they letting me build Sucker Free as well. Like even though I had it before I signed with them, but like now I got a storefront. We selling clothes online. We got the kids coming in there. We in the community and shit like that. Plus music. I feel like in the next couple of years, bro, I'm gonna be where I really wanted to be, and I ain't had to like sign on no dotted line and give up 40% and do all that, bro. I took a long way. My driveway gonna be looking like Spitter soon.
No doubt, man. So look, let's go on over and talk about this Jet Life, man. So you just recently released, last year you released Coffee and Coffee and OG. You know, which my man C's produced like damn near, I say 85-90% of that project. Okay, did half.
I wanted him to do the whole thing, but he came into the recording process like late. So like all them joints that I did, like I did after I already had like 15 songs recorded. But like I love those songs so much, it was like, all right, bro, we can do half and half.
Okay. Yeah, that was a great project, man. Great project. You featured on two, the Jet Life recordings of Volume 1 and the last Jet Life recordings, right? You also on Spitter's, his one of his last projects. You know what I'm saying? But your latest single, talk about this later. This is a little different right here. I haven't heard nothing like this from every other day, man.
Every other day.
Talk about that a little bit.
Since I came back home, like I got like a lot of people who like look up to me in my city because we don't have rappers like that in Alexandria. So like all the little young rappers, I know all of them. Yeah. And then we be going to my little homie studio in the hood. So like they all come there. Right. And I love their energy. I love how they make music. I'm a fan of these young guys. Right. So like my little bro, he's like in his 20s and he just became a rapper. I love him. I think he makes dope music. And that was kind of like a platform for him more than anything.
No doubt.
That was his first song he kind of put out, and then he released a single of his own. And I think he's gonna be dope, and I think he's gonna be able to like get into that lane with that type of sound, with the auto-tune and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I like to play around with those type of records. You won't hear many from me, but I think it's fun.
It was definitely a change of pace, man. But I love it, man. I love it.
No, I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I love doing records with these young guys.
Right.
And for the majority, if you ever hear me on shit like that, you're gonna hear a young guy on it.
Okay.
But my project that I'm thinking about dropping it on Halloween.
Okay.
It don't sound like that.
Okay. Okay. Well, shoot, man. Hey, I'm excited, man, because again, that last project was fire, man, and I love I love that project, man. What did Spitter think when he heard that, man? Like, because how does the Jet Life, like how does the factory work? Is it like how does this system work? Because Spitter, How does that work?
They let you do your thing. So like I'll just like after I'm finished doing whatever I do, I'll send these records over and they'll give me their opinion. And I'll be like, Spitter, which one you want to get on?
Yeah.
He'll pick his record and he'll be like, man, let's go.
Because I know y'all got some joints in the tuck. I already know y'all got some joints in the tuck.
3 songs in the tuck. One's gonna be on this upcoming project. Okay. And then a couple are just sitting for upcoming projects, maybe on the Jet Life end. Okay. But yeah, they just support it, bro. They're not gonna tell you, like, oh, this crank tool, you shouldn't put this out. It's just like, do you believe in it?
Right.
Do you want to shoot this video? Right. Do you want to do this? Let's go. And they gonna support it, bro. And that's what I like, because it's like you can be consistent. You can build your fan base. And for these past couple of years I've been with them, I've been having like a lot of different challenges, like in life and shit like that. But I feel like with this year and the upcoming years, I should be able to have at least 4 or 5 projects out. I'm still under contract with them for another 3 projects.
Okay. Well, shit, man. I love what you got. I love this connection right now, man. I hope and pray that you guys can extend this, because a lot of great music has came out of this union.
I love those guys, bro. I love their hustle. I love the business.
It seems like they got a lot of respect for you, man.
Bro, they do everything they sell, bro. Like, I'll be going down there and I'll sit in the studio with Fendi till like 4 in the morning, and this guy's in there fucking recording himself. Yeah. This shit is insane, bro. Like, they are really hands-on with everything they do. Like, Spitter's fucking shooting videos at 3 in the morning. It's really inspiring.
No doubt, man. So look, before we get up out of here, man, I gotta ask you, man, like outside of music, man, what are you into outside of music, man? I know we was talking about the fantasy football draft, man, but what are some of the things that some things that you do?
The interview back for an hour.
Exactly, and I get it.
I'm like in the sports. I'm in the sports, hella in the sports, bro. Basketball, football. I love doing fantasy. I love fucking weed, man. I love smoking weed. Like, seriously, I love smoking weed. I love being with my family. Yeah. Like, I'm a house guy, bro. Like, I don't even like being outside like that. Like, I'm a house person. I love kids. So
you're not one of them guys that got to be around rappers all the time, always. Because every time, because I follow you on IG. And I need you to follow me back, man. I gotta get that black Cobain. I gotta get that black Cobain cosign, man.
Bro, say less. I'm gonna follow both of you guys after this.
Yeah. Follow D, please, if you can. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get that cosign.
Bike riding and shit. Fucking chilling with the homies. I like lounges and shit. And fucking. We every year we be having Turkey Bowl where me and my homies we be playing football on Thanksgiving. Okay. Like, I like wholesome shit, bro. Okay. I don't like the clubs. I don't like trying to like link up with rappers. I don't like none of that shit, bro. Yeah. Like, that's something that I have to do, and I had to like teach myself how to put myself in those positions, because that's not naturally who I am. Extrovert?
Introvert, extrovert.
I'm an extrovert.
Okay. Oh shit. See, I consider myself, I'm not gonna lie. See, I'm an introvert, extrovert.
Don't like being around people. I'm an
introvert, extrovert.
I'm an introvert.
Yeah, I'm an introvert, extrovert. Like, I don't really like to be around a lot of people.
People I like to be around them.
She said it. Say it again, D. Say it one more time.
I like to be around a lot of people, but the people I like to be around.
That's me. I have my type of. I'm not gonna lie. I have my type of people, and my type of people is very small.
My woman said, if you're in the middle, you're an introvert.
Oh, I never heard that one before. I'm gonna have to Google that one. I never heard that one. Yeah. I gotta look that one up. I definitely gotta Google that one. You know what I'm saying? So nah, brother, it's been an honor to have you here on the platform, man. You know, before we get up out of here, man, just talk about what you got going on right now. You know, I know you got the merch. You got anything else coming out?
Man,
you know, your social media.
It's bigger than merch, bro. We got the whole store. We on Queen Street in Old Town, Alexandria, VA. That shit is operating every day. We're online. We're selling online. Like I feel like it's becoming what it's supposed to become. I have a project that's finished. I'm just waiting on a couple of features. It's called Cobain. And I'm looking to put it out maybe like around Halloween. Okay. And
now talk about what are you now with this upcoming project? I know I said we about to wrap it up, but I gotta ask this, man. Mm-hmm. What are you planning on expressing with this new project, man? What are we gonna see that's different?
Oh man, I feel like it's like really honest and down to earth. And I feel like it talks about like a lot of the transition from LA to the East Coast. Right. From East Coast to LA back to the East Coast. And like it's really talking about topics of the things that we've been seeing in the world. Police violence, the abusiveness of the drugs, you know, just everything, bro. Like racism.
Yeah, rest in peace, Michael K. Williams, man. When you said that was like the first thing came to my head,
everything, man. Like when you see it and like hear it and like you hear about little girls getting murdered from straight bullets. When you hear about like people dying from this, that, and the third, like I'm a real like anchor man when it comes to like my music. You know what I'm saying? Like I said that about Drake. I was like, I love Drake's music, but he never talks about current events ever.
He don't. Yeah.
He stays so far away from that shit.
I don't mind though. I don't have a problem with it though, because I know where I can go to get that. I let Drake do what Drake do.
I know. Let him. I know. I do. But like, it's just like one time, like you're never gonna make a conscious record, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're Drake. Like you could change the world with a conscious record.
Yeah.
Man, so like he got a machine, man. He got those machines behind him, man. It's like so many. I don't know.
I know, but I just be thinking about shit like that.
Nah, I feel you. I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, we the niggas that like his music. Niggas in the hood, girls in the hood and all that shit. But you don't speak up for niggas in the hood.
That's true.
So that's my only gripe, bro. It's like, bro, like, you might could change the world, bro.
Yeah.
You say something about police violence or shit like that, but you never do.
That's why I feel like, no offense to Drake, but I feel like I give Kendrick the edge on him, and it's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why Kendrick has people can talk all this great stuff about Drake, and he's great, but Kendrick has a Pulitzer, and Kendrick has a rap album of the year. Drake doesn't have that. People make it seem like I heard that the DJ Academics dude was talking real crazy about Kendrick's last week. And he was talking about just making it seem like Kendrick is nothing compared to. And I'm just like, brother, you don't understand what Kendrick has accomplished doing things his way.
I would never listen to a nigga like DJ Academics.
He's a clown.
And he's a fucking clout chaser.
He's a fucking clown, man. He's one of the, if I can name one of the gripes that I do have with hip hop is guys like that.
Yeah, and then people let him in, and he has this voice, but it's like really like white people.
It's cancerous. I think he is a cancer to the.
It's like the white culture of hip hop that.
Right. Like, he latches on to everything that's destructive within our culture. Exactly. I literally heard this brother, and this is what I can't stand about. I literally heard this brother say that if you're not on the radio, if you don't have a number one, I don't want to hear you. I'm like, if that's not the biggest dick riding, clout chasing shit I've ever heard in my life.
I ain't never heard good music, man.
Exactly.
Do you know Freddie Gibbs just got Grammy nominated?
And he had the nerve to go at Freddie Gibbs like last year. Freddie killed him. destroyed him. Of course,
nice. Freddie's nice, nigga.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't need just radio. And this is the conversation I was having with DeAndre as well. Radio, they put money into artists to get on the radio.
Yeah.
That doesn't dictate who's great. Like, I don't have no problem with radio, with the artist that's on the radio, but you can't tell me that they're better than the guys that's not on the radio. Just you can't tell me that.
It's business.
Exactly.
But when a nigga like Freddie Gibbs get a Grammy, that ain't business, nigga. That's grass.
That's the people.
Out the mud.
Exactly. That's the
nigga,
people.
And I ain't had to change, and I still got a Grammy nomination.
Exactly. Nah. Yeah.
The radio
I
is
agree.
business. The shit's for white people.
Exactly.
It's for white people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Complex is for white people.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit is that's not for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. And that's one of the problems, because people like that, they get a voice and they be able to spew all type of nonsense, and people look at our culture and they gather they gather this information as if it's real based on what this clown is saying.
It's so wild because it's like,
Yeah.
bro, like niggas are roll academics fatter. That's about it. And I know niggas be wanting to do that shit, but it's just
I know they do. They only tolerate him. They only tolerate him
like, all right,
because
academics, like, bro,
exactly. If you notice, you never see him. You never see him talk to no real niggas. Like, you never see him sit down with no real artists that people respect
and want to talk to him. Can you imagine a nigga like Freddie Gibbs talking to him? Spit talking to him? Like, no, fuck out of here.
Right, man. Exactly. See, this is why I do what I do, because we need more people like myself, man, to combat that type of bullshit, man.
No bullshit.
I'm sorry. That's why I feel like I'm here.
That's because it's too many white people in our culture. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. It's
that's a fact.
In our culture,
that is a fact.
Corny ass niggas in position.
You got Jack Harlow.
Radio.
Oh,
so
man.
Everybody can be done. Like, it's so many dope rappers. Like, it's a game.
Yeah.
You gotta play it.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation for another day, man. I would love to have you back on the platform and talk about that, man. We already know, you know what time it is, Go Busy. But look, man, it's been an honor, man. This has been a dream of mine, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. New latest single, the other day. What is it?
Every other day.
Every other day, please.
I'm gonna shoot a video next week, and it's more to what people are used to from me. Every other day, it was fun. I wanted to shoot a video, it didn't pan out, so it's probably just gonna come and go. I might leave it on the project, I might not, but like, I got some great music coming out.
Run them streams up, get them physicals if y'all can, man. The latest project, Coffee and OG, that shit is fire. You're gonna love it. A lot of great music from this brother, man. Discography is
coming Halloween.
Discography is ridiculous. So, hey, brother, man, it's been an honor to have you on the platform. Hey, D, you got any final words you want to say when we get out of here?
Thank you for speaking with us tonight. It was an honor meeting you and speaking with you. And I can't wait for the music to come out. I'm ready.
Man, I appreciate that, man. And my man CZ and Fendi, I seen they had the interview last week, so
no doubt.
It was an honor being on here, bro.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you, brother, man. I can't wait to drop this, man. This has been an epic moment for me, man. So look, bro, I ain't gonna hold you any longer, man. Go ahead, enjoy the rest of your night. Love you.
Y'all
take care, man.
Wait, 1 minute. I make rolling trays. Can I DM you so I can send you a rolling tray with your circuitry?
For sure. Y'all hit me right now so I can follow y'all back right now. I'm gonna do it right now.
That's a bet. All right, that's a bet. I got you, brother. Take care, man. All right.